Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back once again to JJ's PC Builds. You know it is JJ once again. If you're first time here, make sure you subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, welcome to the family. Welcome to JJ's PC Builds. And my veteran subscribers, as always, much love to you for all that you do helping support the channel. Today is the 31st of January. We're coming up on February, so just to let you know that. But today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at the 4080 Super. I'm still debating on this, but, we'll take a look anyway. But first, instead of y'all seeing the price at the end, we're going to do the price at the beginning. So we're going to kind of flip the script a little bit on everybody. And we're going to do that by starting you off like we always do. Even if we do it like we do graphics card nightmares, this will be about the same thing, So, but we're going to do it about the 4080 Ti. Not Ti. 4080 Super. Did I say Ti? Yeah, I did say Ti. Wow. Anyway, let's go ahead and just jump over to the action screen and get it going. All right, we jumped into the action screen. Let's see. Let's do what we normally do. If we go to, if we do like, used to do on graphics card nightmares, but switch to PC merch nightmares. Let's go ahead and go to Amazon and see what they got cooking. And we always do that normally anyway, because make sure you go to the all button, you go down there and where it says computers, switch it to computers. We're going to do the 4080 Super. 4080 Super. There we go. It's right there. We're going to do some price checking. Let's see if what Amazon's got really quick so that way we know what we're dealing with. Oh, the OC, $700. Make me think. 4070 Ti. OC is $859. 7900 XTX is $1,069. 4070 Super. Nope, it's not what we're looking for. Come on. You telling me Amazon don't have a 4070 or 4080 Super? I was about to say Ti, but obviously not. Wow. Well, somebody done put Maxon in there. Look at that. 4080. $1,300. Keep that in mind. Let's see. Wow. Obviously, they got the 4080. Founders Edition, blah, blah, blah. Let's see if we can go one more little thing. See if we can find anything. Oop, my bad. 7900 XT, $800. The reason why I'm showing you all these prices is so that way you guys got an idea of what's cooking on the forefront. And as you can see, the prices are not any lower than what you think they are. But you know what? Since we cannot find what we're looking for here, we'll just do this. We'll go over to PC Part Picker. And we'll find it. So we go to PC Part Picker. And we go here to the builder section right here. Watch my cursor. It's a little small today, but then we go to graphics video card right here. Click on video card. And then what you do is you'll click on and over here on the search and you'll type in 4080 Super. And see what it comes up. And we're going to change the price point low to high. Holy Jesus. Isn't this supposed to be launch day, y'all? What the hell? Yeah, 4080 Super. Look at this. $1,029. It seems like MSI is the only one. Wow. Seems like MSI is the only one that put their name on it. $1,029. Huh. Interesting to know. Okay, since we know that, well then let's go to Nvidia's website. Type in 4080 Super. Let's see what we got. Okay. Huh. I'm getting confused, everybody. Oh, it wants you to sign in now. Really? Don't think so. That was a Nvidia website. Don't know why that would do that. Huh. Why would Nvidia want you to sign in? That would be the question. Huh. Let's see. Let's try it again. Yeah. Seems like that's the only site, that they have for the 4080 Super. Wow. Nice launch. Nice launch. Okay, let's go to TechSpot. See if they got anything for us. I'm taking you all along with me, so this is what we're doing. We're gonna go along and see what's going to go strong. Let's see, 4080 Super. Okay, so we took a pit stop at the Verge over here, and make sure you give them a shout out as well. We kind of went with a different different reviewer, so that way we can get a better perspective. So make sure you get your drink and snacks. By the way, 4080 Super. I'm only going to do the 1440p benchmarking on it, because I'm going to save you all the time and aggravation, and I'll tell you all at the end what's going on. So stick around for that. Make sure you stay to the end, by the way. Okay, it looks like Shadow of the Tomb Raider 4080 got a 256, and that looks like it's, just straight up. DLSS quality for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, it got 304. Now, right on its heels would be the, 4080. That's not too bad. I mean, it's only showing within probably 1 to 3%. But going all through the games, I'm not going to mention all the games because then it'll bore you guys to death. I mean, but I'm still looking at it right now. As far as what their benchmarks are, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. But, like I said, all right, I'm just going to get down to it all. We're just going to go to the end of the video here really quick, and I'm going to give you my final thoughts. Okay, I've watched many reviewers. I've watched J2 Cents. I've watched Gamers Nexus. I've watched Paul's Hardware. I've watched, many different other reviewers on this. And looking at And the reason why I was showing you some of the prices, so that way you can get an understanding of what's going on. And so far, when I pulled up PC Part Picker, it showed it at $1,029, but it didn't show any prices anywhere else. So I don't know what's going on with that. You know, I would have expected they would have had it all filled up, but they didn't. Now, as far as when it comes to the benchmarking and everything else, I'm just going to bypass it for this one for the simple fact, and I'm going to tell you why, is because when I was going through watching those other videos, you know, it's only going in between 1 and 3% for the 4080 Super. So 1 to 3%, that's going to be above the 4080. That's on some games. That's not on all the games. So it's like it's neck and neck right now. And the only difference is you're getting $200 discount from the 4080 to the 4080 Super. And you're getting a couple more cores. What I mean by a couple more cores is like 512 more cores. And you're getting a little bit more TMUs. Okay. But, you know, power-wise, you're still up there in the power. So between the two, the 4080 and 4080 Supers, really not much difference on that. You've still got the bad caveat of having that 12-volt power connector that they use to catch fire, or to use for the 4090. Okay, you still got that 12-volt connector, which I'd prefer the 8-pin connectors. And 4070 I have here, not the Super, the 4070 has the 8-pin connector. And I enjoy that a little bit better because I know it's not going to catch, you know, it's not going to get warm. Let me put it to you like that. But, you know, so with it only having like a 450 watt TDP on that connector, I would say about 300 watt TDP on that connector. But anyway, I know I can pull up to 260 watts off of that connector, the 8-pin, with no problem and not heating up and not melting. But anyway, as far as is this card going to be like a discount? Yeah, it's going to be kind of like a discount card for you all. Okay, I'm not going to purchase the card because I don't have that kind of money. I don't have $1,000 sitting in my back pocket. That's the reason why I was going around looking at other benchmarks and everything else and coming up with my assumption, what I'm going to give you guys my opinion on the 4080 Super. And I told myself I'm not going to make this a long video for the simple fact that there's not really much to talk about, because for the simple fact, the only thing that I got really to talk about is the price. I mean, them lowering the price for $200, which everybody has said, and I've said it a couple times myself, that this is the card they should have used other than, you know, using the 4080, but running at about almost neck and neck with each other. You know, all they had to do was lower the price. You know, it would have been better if they would just lowered the price of the 4080 down to $1,000. And believe it or not, the 7900 XTX was keeping up neck and neck with this too. Some reviews show that it wasn't keeping up. Some reviews showing it was keeping up. So in my assumption, I'm going to take and put my opinion on that. I think the 7900 XTX was keeping up with it. But knowing that, the price on the 7900 XTX is up there, just to let you know that. Okay. Now, I haven't seen too many discounts on that. You know what? That's going to be a good thing to end this off with. What is the price of the 7900 XTX? So, you know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you all set up, and then we're going to go right to the action screen again. And that way, you know, we can see really quick on the lowest to the highest prices. You know, we just want to get you there so that way, you know, you don't have to waste your time watching me poke in every number and valleys. And we go to the lowest to the highest price. Okay. Now, I'm going to take you to the action screen. All right, we're on the action screen. I got the lowest price. The lowest price. The Sapphire Pulse. 7900 XTX. They got it at $938. Lowest price. Then you got one, the ASRock Phantom Gaming for $939. Say $940. The PC Power Color Hellhound, $949. You know, you got the Speedster Merc 310 Black Edition from XFX, and that's running at $959. But I like the ASRock Phantom Gaming because it's the OC version, you know, and I'm more of a fan of the OC versions, okay? I'm not too much of a fan of the non-OC versions. I'd rather have an OC version. That's just my personal preference. You know, Asus Tough Gaming's at $1,069. Let's see what comes close to the ones that we've seen earlier. Well, in between these two right here, the Power Color 7900 XTX 24 gig and the MSI Gaming Trio Classic, that comes down, or you know, the Sapphire Nitro, that comes like it's at the same price as the 4080 Ti. I keep saying Ti, 4080 Super. So now we know. Okay, so cheaper than that would be your Sapphire Pulse, or like I said, the ASRock Phantom Gaming OC for $940, compared to $1,029, which we've seen just on the market. So now we know. Now we know. Okay, so with it, now understand this. With me saying the 7900 XTX trade blows with the 4080 Super, and at the price point, yeah, it kind of looks like that, you know, you can get a 7900 XTX at a lower price. You know, you never know until you hit the ray tracing button. And then it could just take and blow away the 7900 XTX, which I did see that happen on a couple games. So yeah, when you put it in overdrive, yeah, the 4080 Super is going to give you the price to performance when it comes to the 7900 XTX. If you're wondering, I did say in a couple games that it did take the lead, but there's a couple games that it did not take the lead. So it's like 50-50 with me. And as far as the 4080 to the 4080 Super, it's neck and neck between 1 and 1.5% within an average between each other. So there's really not that much difference other than the $200 off price tag. So basically you're getting a rebate off for the graphics card for $200, but that's only going to last for so long until, you know, they start jacking up the prices. And then, you know, after about a couple months, then you're looking at a card that's probably going to be back up to the $1,200 range again. So, if you're getting something special, you better get it now while it's special, because if not, its prices will go up. They'll say, "Oh, I sold out, so the price is going to go up." Common basic practice in business. Oh, we ran out, so now we got to make more, so it's going to cost more, so we're going to charge you more. You know, same business practice. Don't expect it to stay at the price it is right now. for MSRP for $9.99 too long. I'm going to tell you that because over a period of years of watching it, it does the same song and dance with every product that's out there in the market. Some products, they'll stay at MSRP, but some won't stay at MSRP, especially if they know they're high in demand, because then they're going to want more money and then they're going to charge you more money. Now, as far as, the 4080 Super, is it a card I would buy compared to the 4090? If I had the money to buy the 4090, I would buy the 4090 because the amount of, space in between the two, as far as performance. But if you don't have that kind of money and you do have that kind of money and you want to buy a 4080, would I recommend it? I'm 50-50 on this. I'm sorry to say I am 50-50 on this right now. Because I haven't seen enough yet to convince me. I've seen enough on the 4080 to convince me that it might be okay. But as far as price point, it doesn't convince me at all. And I know some of y'all say the same thing. And that 12-volt connector, that doesn't impress me. I'd rather have at least... it might look gaudy a little bit up at the front, but I'd rather have 4 8-pin connectors than I would that 12-volt high power, whatever connector. I'd rather have 4 8-pin connectors. Or at least make the pins bigger. At least make the connector bigger and make the pins bigger to handle more power draw. Then I could say that would be better to do that than to have it very small and expect to pull more power out of something small. You cannot take, and it's like the information avenue of the world. You can't take a fine wire and try to jam millions and millions and millions of pieces of information at the same time through a very thin hair of wire, because what'll happen is that wire will get so hot it'll heat up and just break. And that's exactly the same thing that's happening with those 12-volt high-pin connectors. It's getting so hot they break because they're pulling so much power. And you're trying to push so much power through a straw, basically. It's like taking 1,000,000 golf balls, take your straw right here, try to jam it through there. What's going to happen? There's going to be a lead of resistance. And the more resistance, it's just going to break it sooner or later. And that's pretty much what happens with that connector. But, nobody learns the philosophy. They just wait until it breaks and then complains about it. On the other hand, efficiency-wise, I don't see much of a difference on efficiency-wise for this graphics card. Price point, the $200 off is like a rebate for the next couple months, and then it'll probably end up going up. So I really don't see much of a viable deal for the 4080 Super on that. Because people don't have the money right now. They have to wait a month or two to get the money. And by the time they get the money, then the card goes up in price. And then after that, they don't have the money to get it. So guess what? They're stuck getting a 4070 Super or a 4070 Ti Super. I say the Super, but anyway. That's usually how life rolls. So that is my take on this whole thing. I know I'm going to get flack with it about it in Discord. That's fine. You guys want to give me flack, that's fine. But my opinion, I don't see it being viable for the consumer, especially the one that can't afford buying those kind of cards, that do save up all their money for that and turn around. And they get it, and then the next big thing comes out within a month later, and then they get all pissed off about it. So, really, truthfully, I know it's the beginning of the year, but, in the middle, we still got the middle of the year, and you still got the spring, the summer, you got the fall and the winter. Okay. You have 4 Qs: spring, summer, fall, and winter. Okay. So we're just in the springtime right now. And then we got the summertime, whatever they're going to be putting out for the summertime. And then we got the fall, and then we got the winter. So we still got 3 more Qs to go. Not knowing what they're going to do in these 3 Qs, because nothing was put out on the inner boob about what's going to be happening next. If they got anything cooking, or they're just going to sit and stay low with the graphics card they got all the way to the next year, and then it goes up to Blackwell. And if Blackwell is going to be viable for the gaming community, as I'm hearing it's just for data centers and stuff like that. And it's not really going to be viable for gaming. Don't quote me on it. It might be. They might have 1 or 2 gaming cards coming out of that. You know, or they, like they did with the 40 series, they'll take one big chip and then they'll break it down, and then they'll break it down to SKUs, you know, several amounts of SKUs off of one main chip. So that way, you know, you guys will buy into the same bullshit you bought into on the 40 series. Did I say that? Oh my God. I'm sorry, everybody. I did not mean to say, I meant to say BS. Okay. I'm not saying my graphics card is BS. I love my graphics card. It runs great, just the way I want it. Doesn't do any more, or it doesn't do any less. It doesn't do a hat trick or a happy dance or anything else. It's just there. I'm not complaining about it. I've tried the 7800 XT. I don't see a problem with it. When it comes to everybody watching, and I'm going to take this couple minutes with y'all. And it comes to you watching the internet, watching YouTube for all the new stuff that is coming out on the market, and you look at what you just purchased, and you say to yourself, did I make the right move, kind of thing? You know, there is no wrong move. Understand this. You made the right choice when you picked your own graphics card, your own motherboard, and so on for your PC. So when you put it all together and it runs like a dream, and then you see something come out new, and then you look at what you got and you kick yourself in the butt and you say to yourself, oh my God, what did I just buy? You know what? I'm not kicking myself in the butt. I got an AM4 motherboard, B550 Strix. Okay, I have the Ryzen 7 5700X in mine. Yes, I have 64 gigs of system RAM, 3200 megahertz CL16. Yes, so understand that. And I got the RTX 4070. The RTX 4070, not Super, 4070. And I got me, what was it? The Samsung 980 Pro M.2 SSD. I got over 18 terabytes of total hard drive space in my PC. And I have a 240 millimeter liquid cooler from Deep Cool. And I got the perfect amount of fans in here, no problem. Perfect amount of lighting, no problem. Blacked out card, no problem. Lights up just beautiful in my case, and that's why I look at it right now. I got a Mustex case. It's a beautiful case. Heat-wise, don't have a problem. Everything looks good. Now, see, I'm not complaining about my computer. I love it. It's going to last me for 5 years until I want something better. So, in the meantime, I can always build me a test bench. If I want to build me an AM5 test bench, or I want to build me an Intel 14th gen test bench, or whatever test bench I want to build, I might just do that. soon enough, when I get done with my projects and everything else, I'm going to take a couple bucks and I'm going to get me a test bench and I'm going to build it right here with y'all. And I'm going to put a new motherboard on it and I'm going to take and get me a new graphics card and a new processor and so on. I'm just going to put it all together on a test bench. And then that's what's going to be the best of the best. So we're going to go from that. And no, I'm not going to use it for my system. It's my test bench. And that's kind of funny. Y'all are going to say, well, your test bench is going to be better than your system. I hope it is, because that way I know what to upgrade to the next time I upgrade. I want my test bench to be better than my PC. See, that's the whole idea. You want something better than yours because you're going to want it more. You see how that works now? But anyway. All right, I done got this out of my system. 4080 Super, between 1.5 and 1.9% faster than the 4080. $200 cheaper than the 4080. You make your decision on what you want to do. PC Part Picker tells me that it's at $1,029, not $999. You might be able to get it off an Nvidia website for a Founders Edition, if they have one, who knows, for $9.99. But I don't foresee that, you getting your hands on that. But if you do, then congrats to you for getting your hands on it. But anyway, if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, welcome to the family. Welcome to JJ's PC Builds. And my veteran subscribers, as always, much love to you for all that you do and helping support the channel. And also, too, you guys not forgetting to tell your friends to come on down here and subscribe and watch the videos from beginning to end. We are on a clock. If we don't get to at least 500 subscribers and get monetized, we are losing watch time hours. So do remember, all the hours that you guys put in watching my videos, we're starting to lose that time. So if we don't want to lose that time and we want to lock it in with YouTube, then we need to get to 500 subscribers, at least 500 subscribers, so we can lock it in. So that way we don't lose watch time hours anymore. So that way everything goes on the up and up. And every little bit that YouTube will, that sends to us for the channel, that's for the channel, not for me. Understand this. It's just to build the channel. It's not to line my pockets. I'm not doing this to line my pockets. If I was going to do this to line my pockets, I'd be a millionaire by now. But I'm not. I'm a poor guy like everybody else, struggling and trying to get the channel going and trying to build it from scratch. This is being built from scratch, and everything that I've been putting on the channel, as far as parts and everything else, has been coming out of my pocket, or I've been doing work on the side so that way I can buy parts for the channel. So if you're wondering how it's going, that's how it's going. And like, I got another job that's going to be coming up soon, and I'm going to be doing that job. And then after I get paid from that job, then I'm probably going to go and get the test bench, like I said, go up to an AM5 motherboard and then AM5 processor and so on, and then build that test bench up to where I got a great graphics card on it, and I got a great processor, great motherboard, great amount of RAM, and build it from there. So this way I got my first test bench, and you all can see it right here on the channel. That way, if we do any testing, it'll be right there for you to see. And over time, if I'm doing AMD now, I'll do Intel. I'll have two test bench up here. So this way we can see on both sides of the field. So we're working on it. Give me time. Have patience. I know it's been a year and a half since the channel started, but like I said, times are tight, and we'll get there soon enough. But we're going to get out of here. I just wanted to let you know what's cooking and what's going to be going on. And don't forget, we got PC Merch Nightmares coming up on Friday. on Friday. I'm not sure what I got cooking for Thursday, or if it's going to be we're going to do a good video or not, or what's going to happen. I'll probably end up saving everything up for Friday, but if I don't, then I'll do on Thursday. Oh, it's time for me to go, y'all. Talk to you later, and keep smiling.